Come and check out my review of the Allison Tent Dress by Jasmine Desiree Patterns. Hi YouTube, I'm Crystal of Crystalsewsandstuff.com. Welcome back to the channel today. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Allison Tent Dress by Jasmine Desiree Patterns. And this is a really cute dress pattern, and I'm just in love with how it turned out. So Jasmine Desiree Patterns is a pattern company created by Jasmine Desiree, who goes by So Much Jazz on Instagram, and this is her first sewing pattern. She has a sewing studio, and she also teaches sewing classes online. And so this is her first sewing pattern, and she debuted it on the last day of Black History Month, February 28th. And I was able to catch her live on Instagram, and she told us a little bit more details about the pattern. And so I went on ahead and picked up the pattern from her Etsy shop. So I'm so happy to go ahead and share this pattern with you. So let me give you some details about the pattern. So this pattern comes in sizes extra small to 5X. So for bust sizes from 29 inches to 60 inches. And there is a lot of ease in the pattern. So it's fitted in the top bodice area, but then it goes out quite a bit at the waist and hip, and so I really like that detail. Another detail of the pattern is that there are tucks here on the shoulders, and then there's a nice flounce on the sleeves, and then there's also a big hem ruffle on the bottom of the dress, and then there are also nice cool pockets that you can put your hands in. There are nice size pockets. So now let me tell you about the fabric that I use. So I used the Lady McElroy Salon print cotton lawn fabric called Marley, and it's a beautiful cotton print, and I'm gonna come up close and show you a little bit more details on the design. So this print has lovely ladies on it with all these different hairstyles. So you have a curly fro, you have an up bun, you have long and straight, you have a cute bob. So really cute hairstyles, and these hairstyles are ways that I like to wear my hair. So I was so happy to see this print, and so I had to scoop it up as soon as I could. So I just love how it turned out. And the color of the fabric is called Cornflower. So it's a very beautiful shade of blue. I just love how it looks in this beautiful shade. And it has little tiny, cute little tiny polka dots that you can barely see up close. You can't really see them far away. So when you go far away, you can't really see them. But when you go up close, you can clearly see the little polka dots. And I love that about this fabric's design. And the fabric is completely opaque. So this is a cotton lawn. And a lot of times with cotton lawn, sometimes they're a little bit sheer. But this is not sheer. It's completely opaque. So it's perfect for this dress. And because it's a cotton, it has a little bit of structure to it. So it held up to the gathers for the flounces for the sleeves, as well as on the bottom hem. So I love that about this fabric. So some other fabrics that this pattern will work for are chambray, linens, neoprenes, challis, brocade, satin, sateen, denim, and crepe, and even neoprene if you want a really structured design. So neoprene is scuba, so that would really make your sleeve flounces stand out, and I think that would look really cool in this pattern. So the pattern pieces that are included are your front with a V neckline, you have your back pattern piece, and then you have a sleeve piece and then a separate sleeve flounce piece. You also have your bottom hem flounce, and then you have your pocket pieces, and finally you have a front and a back neck facing. So not too many pattern pieces, and I think advanced beginner could handle this very well. The only new skills that you would need to learn for this pattern is to go ahead and do a tuck. So you have to make tucks, which are basically like darts. So if you can sew a dart, you can sew a tuck. So that's pretty easy. And then you also have to know how to gather. So all you have to do is and the directions are very clear on how to go ahead and gather the sleeves in, as well as how to pin the tucks together to sew those down. So very detailed instructions, and I enjoyed that. So now let me tell you about what I sewed. So I sewed a size small at the bust line, and then I graded out to a medium for the rest of the pattern because my bust measurement is 36, and so that size worked out perfectly for me because it's kind of fitted, a little more fitted, and it's not super fitted in the bust area, but it's more fitted at the bust area, and then it flares out some more. And so I did a medium just because I wanted the extra volume, because that's what it's designed to do, to have the volume. But I could have gotten away with just doing a straight size small, because there are about 8 or 9 inches, depending on your size, of ease in the pattern from like your waist and hip area, in the waist and hip area. And so it's very roomy, a very, very roomy pattern, and I like that about it. And the only pattern changes that I made were to shorten the pattern by about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. And then I also had to, when I cut it out, I had cut the bottom flounce according to the grain line, but this is a directional print, so all the ladies all face in one direction. But what I did was I cut it according to the grain line, but I should have cut it the other way because the ladies ended up going sideways, so I had to cut it against the grain line. And it didn't really matter because this is a non-stretch fabric, so it doesn't stretch across your body. And so I went on ahead, I did have enough fabric to cut it the opposite way, but I had to cut it out in a couple of pieces, and I ended up cutting it out a little bit wider than the original flounce pieces. So I had 4 flounce sections instead of 2. Instead I had 4 pieces. So I have 2 pretty long pieces and 2 kind of smaller pieces on the sides, just so I can make sure I got the width of the gathers, but mine is still a little bit longer than the original gathered pieces. But I love how it turned out, and I just love the extra flounce to it. And the last pattern change that I made was to do a rolled hem on the sleeves. So I used my serger and I just did a 3-thread hem, rolled hem on the bottom sleeve flounce as well as the bottom hem, because I knew this would be a whole lot of fabric to hem up. But so I just decided to do that, and I just love how it turned out. So it gives you kind of a nice kind of contrast edge. So I just used the navy blue thread in the serger to go ahead and hem that off, and I'm just loving how it turned out. All right, so I wanted to also tell you that I made a belt with the extra fabric that I cut out in the wrong direction, and I'm loving how it looks with or without a belt. So I'm loving how it looks more cinched in as well as loose and flowy. So I think you would enjoy sewing up this pattern. It's a quick and easy make, and it took about 3.5 yards for my size to sew, so you'll need a good amount of fabric to go ahead and sew this up to get the flounces big and flouncy. So now let me share with you some fun pics and twirls of me wearing this cute Allison Tent dress. I truly recommend this pattern. It's a really great pattern and easy to sew, and I think you would enjoy sewing this up in any of those fabrics mentioned. I think it would look cute in a chambray or a lightweight linen, and I've seen so many versions of this pattern on Instagram, from challis to more structured fabrics, and I think you would totally enjoy sewing this up for summer. And it'll be great for really hot summer days when you don't want a lot of fabric sticking to your body. So I can't wait to wear this even more and more over this summer. So anyway, I'll leave a link to everything for you to check out. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And also let me know what you think about this pattern in the description box. I love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. All right, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.